Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new on here, my name is Philip. This is Phil Reacts. Today we are continuing our journey through Steely Dan's catalog. This has been highly suggested. You guys asked me to check this album out. So today we are going to be checking out this album titled The Royal Scam. Now, just like I did with Can't Buy Me a Thrill, and then Asia, I want to be completely honest about where I'm coming from. I'm not walking into this album completely blind, but this time I only know one song of this album, looking at the track list, and that song is Kid Charlemagne. That's it. That's the only song from this album that I've heard before. So basically I've heard one piece, the puzzle, and today, once again, I'm finally going to find out what the rest, the picture looks like, and that's actually, what I am most excited about, because after hearing, Come Buy Me a Thrill and Asia, like I said, a few seconds ago, I already know, Steely Dan, aren't a normal rock band. These guys, are doing something different. The songwriting is clever, the musicianship is ridiculous, the grooves, guys, are incredibly sophisticated, and the lyrics sometimes I have no idea what I'm listening to until I actually sit back and really think about it. So now I'm actually curious, does this album, The Royal Scam, take everything I liked about Can't Buy Me a Thrill and Asia and put it even further, or have I heard one song that completely misrepresents what's waiting for me? There's only one way to actually find out, so let's stop talking. Headphones already on, and from what I'm seeing here, this album comes with 9 songs. Yes, 9 solid songs, and spans a little over 41 minutes. So I'm super excited to actually check this album out. Yeah, if you love Steely Dan, if you love my reviews, if you love my reaction, make sure to smash the like button even before we start. Yeah, so The Royal Scam, first song of this album is titled, Kid Charlemagne. Let's take a listen, guys.
While the music played, you walked by candlelight. Those San Francisco nights were the best in town. Just by chance, you crossed the diamond with the pearl. You turned it on the world. That's when you turned the world around. Think you feel like Jesus?
Yeah.
Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes?
This was a sample, I know.
On the hill, the stuff was laced with kerosene, but yours was kitchen clean.
Okay.
Everyone stopped to stare at your Technicolor motor. Every apron had your number on the wall. You must have had it all. You go to LA on a dare and you go it alone. Could you live forever? Could you see the day? Could you feel your whole world fall apart and fade away? Get along, Kid Charlemagne.
Whoa.
Get along, Kid Charlemagne. Now your patrons have all left you in the red.
Okay.
Your low-rent friends are dead. This life can be very strange. All those Dago freaks who used to paint the face, they joined the human race. Some things will never change. Son, you are mistaken. You are obsolete. Look at all the white men on the street. Get along, Kid Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Get along, Kid Charlemagne.
I like this. Nice. I love the solo.
Clean this mess up, else we'll all end up in jail.
Yeah.
Those test tubes and a scale. Just get it all out of here. Is there gas in the car? Yes, there's gas in the car. I think the people down the hall know who you are. Careful what you carry, 'cause the matters why you are still an outlaw in their eyes. Get along, get Charlemagne. Get along, get Charlemagne.
Wow. This is a vibe. All right, guys. So this is a song that I know. The song that was actually sampled by Kanye West. I'm excited, to have listened to it all over again. But I have to say that, hearing it, as the opening track, already felt different. I have heard this song before, like I said, a few seconds ago, but I have never really, thought about it as the doorway into, an entire Steely Dan album. And now I'm actually realizing this is one hell of a doorway. That opening groove is absolutely ridiculous. It immediately grabs you, without sounding aggressive. The bass, and the drums, locking together so tightly, and the guitar, starts, adding these little textures, around the groove. Everything, sounded incredibly controlled, and I feel like that's something I'm already noticing about Steely Dan. They don't seem to, play notes just because they can. Every single note has a reason. And then there is that guitar solo. Wow, I loved it. I mean, this is one of those performances where you don't just need to be a guitarist to actually understand how good it was or it is. It's not just technically impressive. It has personality. It's actually telling a story. The solo felt like another character inside the song, and lyrically, this song is absolutely fascinating. The imagery felt like you are being dropped into a world that you don't completely understand. There is this whole atmosphere of excess, danger, drugs, and the nightlife, and the consequences that come with that lifestyle. Yet the music sounds so smooth. That's the genius of Steely Dan, in my opinion. But the subject matter can be dark, but the music can still sound absolutely gorgeous. And now I'm thinking, if this is only the first song, what exactly is waiting for me on the rest of this album? Let me know, guys, what you think about this one down in the comment section. We are moving on to track 2. This one is titled The Caves of Altamira. Hopefully I'm getting that pronunciation right. Let's take a listen. All right. Woo. Sounds heavy.
I recall when I was small, how I spent my days alone. The busy world was not for me, so
Okay.
I went and found my own. I would climb the garden wall with a candle in my hand.
Yeah.
I'd hide inside a hole of rock and sand. On the stone in ancient hands,
Donald Fagen sounds
faded yellow green.
sounds amazing here.
Made alive a worldly wonder, often told but never seen. Now and ever bound to labor on the sea and in the sky. Every man and beast appeared, a friend as real as I. Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall, when there wasn't even any Hollywood, they heard the call and they wrote it on the wall.
I like
For
this.
you and me, we understood.
Those trumpets, guys. I love this.
Can it be the sad design? Could be the very same. A woolly man without a face and a beast without a name. Nothing here but history. Can you see what has been done? Memory rush over me. Now I step into the song. Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall, when there wasn't even any Hollywood, they heard the call and they wrote it on the wall. For you and me, we understood.
Whoa. Wow. I love the saxophone. Woo.
Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall, when there wasn't even any Hollywood, they
Yeah.
heard the call and they wrote it
Guys,
on
this is
the
a
wall.
vibe.
For you and me, we understood.
Wow. The instrumentation is fire. Woo. Wow, guys, I have to be honest. I did not really expect this. You know, the title alone actually made me curious, and the music immediately took me somewhere, you know, completely different. There's this, you know, almost cinematic, you know, quality to that arrangement. It feels expansive, you know, like we are looking at something ancient and, you know, mysterious. The melody is incredibly smooth, but I have to say there is a subtle, you know, sense of tension underneath it, and I really, really like that. Steely Dan, you know, seem to understand that you don't have to make a song loud to actually make it interesting. Sometimes the atmosphere is enough. You know, the keyboards, you know, are beautiful here. The rhythm section is, you know, it's so controlled that you almost forget how difficult this kind of, you know, playing actually is. Everything sounded effortless, you know, but I know it's not. You know, that's the illusion of great musicianship. You know, you hear the final product and think, wow, that sounds easy. Meanwhile, somebody, you know, had to actually play all of this. You know, the lyrics also, you know, caught me off guard. And I mean, there's something almost historical about the subject. You know, it's like the song, you know, is taking you out of modern life and allowing you to, you know, look at humanity from a completely different perspective. And I love how unusual that is. This isn't your, you know, standard rock writing. I mean, they are actually, you know, finding inspiration in places, you know, you wouldn't necessarily expect. And honestly, I'm really, really enjoying this. Yeah. 2 songs in, and I love the album already. Let me know your thoughts about this one down in the comment section. Moving on to track 3. This one is titled Don't Take Me Alive. Let's take a listen. Wow. Woo. Loving the guitar in there. Woo. Wow.
Agents of the law, luckless pedestrian. I know you're out there with rage in your eyes and your megaphones, saying all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Mad dog surrender. How can I answer? A man of my mind can do anything. I'm a bookkeeper's son. I don't wanna shoot no one.
Woo.
Well, I crossed my own land back in Oregon. Don't take me alive. Got a case of dynamite. I could hold out here all night. Yes, I crossed my own land back in Oregon. Don't take me alive. Can you hear the evil crown? The lies and the laughter. I hear my inside, the mechanized hum of another world, where no sun is shining, no red light flashing. Here in this darkness, I know what I've done. I know all at once who I am. I'm a bookkeeper's son. I don't wanna shoot
Loving the
no
guitar in there.
well, I crossed my old man back in Oregon. Don't take me alive.
Wow.
Got a case of dynamite. I could hold out here all night. Yes, I crossed my old man back in Oregon. Don't take me alive.
Take me alive. Woo.
I'm a bookkeeper's son. I don't wanna shoot no one.
Yeah.
Well, I crossed my old man back in Oregon. Don't take me alive. Got a case of dynamite. I could hold out here all night.
I like this.
Yes, I crossed my old man back in Oregon. Don't take me alive. Don't take me alive.
Wow. 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 Wow, guys. Guys, I have to say that guitar immediately grabbed me. I mean, this feels more aggressive, more urgent. There's a little more danger, in that arrangement, and I like the side of Steely Dan. The groove, I have to say, still has that polished sort of quality, but there's more attitude here. The vocal performance to me has this confidence that almost sounds like defiance, like someone saying, don't tell me what to do, and I think that is what makes this song work, in my opinion. There is a rebellious energy underneath the sophistication. The guitars are absolutely fantastic. The bass is tight. The drums push everything forward without becoming overwhelming. And once again, the musicianship is absolutely ridiculous. But here's something I'm really starting to appreciate. Steely Dan to me, never lets the musicianship, become the entire point. You don't listen to this and think, wow, look how complicated this is. You just think, man, this sounds good. This sounds really, really good. That's the difference. Technical ability is impressive, but using that ability to make something emotionally engaging, that's artistry. That is artistry. This song, has serious attitude, and I personally, I like it. I like it. Guys, let me know what you think about this song down in the comment section. After 3 songs in, and I'm already starting to see the progression. If Asia and Comes By a Thrill, introduced me to Steely Dan, The Royals Come feels like a more confident, more polished version of the band. The music feels richer, the arrangements feels more sophisticated, and to me, there's a darker edge to some of the storytelling. But what's really, really impressing me is how accessible the music remains. You don't have to understand every chord change to enjoy it. You don't have to decode every single lyric to actually appreciate the groove. You can simply put the album on and let it take you somewhere. And honestly, that is what I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to figure everything out. I'm just listening, and I'm actually curious to see where they take me next. Yeah, but let me know down in the comment section. But question for you guys: if Charlemagne was the only song from this album you knew before listening to the full record, which song do you think would surprise you the most? Because right now the Caves of Altamira and then Don't Take Me Alive is already giving me something I wasn't expecting. Guys, I'm loving the album, is all I'm trying to say. But let's continue. Moving on to track 4. This song is titled Sign in Stranger. Yeah, let's take a listen.
Have you heard about the blue Mondays I find?
Wow.
Woo. People got to shout to stay alive. They don't even have policemen or one. Doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. Do you have a dark spot on your past? Leave it to my man, he'll fix it fast. Peppy has a scar from ear to ear. He will make your mugshots disappear. You zombie, be born again, my friend. Won't you sign in, stranger? Do you like to take a yo-yo for a ride?
Yeah.
Zombie, I can see you're qualified. Walk around collecting Turkish Union dues. They will call you sir and shine your shoes. Or maybe you would like to see the show.
Like this as a jazz sort of.
You'll enjoy the cafe Descargo. Folks are in a line around the block. Just to see her do the Cancan Jacques. You zombie, be born again, my friend. Won't you sign in, stranger? Lava lever, yellow fever, sure.
Woo. Nice.
You zombie, be born again, my friend. Won't you sign in strange?
Yeah. Okay, guys. This one, has a completely different energy. I mean, there's something almost mysterious about the opening. The rhythm, feels laid back, but there's still tension underneath it. It's like you are walking into a room where you don't know anybody, and you are trying to figure out, what's what the hell is going on. That's a feeling I'm getting here. I really like the groove. Love the fact that it's smooth, but there's something slightly uncomfortable hiding underneath, and that's becoming a recurring theme with this album. The music is beautiful, I must say, but the stories aren't always beautiful. There's often something strange or cynical happening beneath the surface. That is what makes Steely Dan so interesting. They can give you this gorgeous musical backdrop and then put a really complicated story inside of it. The keyboards are fantastic. The bass is subtle but essential, and the vocal harmonies add another layer of sophistication. I'm beginning to understand why people don't just call Steely Dan a rock band. There's so much more happening here, in my opinion. I loved it. Let me know what you think about it. Moving on to track 5. This one is titled The Fez. Let's take a listen. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm never gonna do it without the feds on. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I'm never gonna do it without the feds on. Oh no, that's what I am. Please understand. I wanna be your holy man. No, I'm never gonna do it without the feds on. Oh no.
Yeah.
Ain't never gonna do it without the feds on. Oh no, that's what I am. Please understand. I wanna be your holy man.
Wow. Guitar sounds so good, guys. Yeah. Guys, I must be honest. After listening to this song, this felt interesting. The first thing that hit me was the groove. It felt almost hypnotic. The rhythm has this repetitive, sort of quality, but instead of becoming boring, it becomes addictive, and that's not easy to accomplish, in my opinion. The production is incredibly clean. Everything, feels precise and almost too precise, but in a very, very good way. There's something almost mechanical about the rhythm that gives the song, its own personality, and then the melody starts working its way around the groove. I actually found myself, just sitting here listening to the musicianship. There's so much restraint, I must say, guys. Nobody is trying to dominate the song. The rhythm stays, locked in. The keyboards, add color. The guitars, provide texture. Everything, fits together, and I feel like that's probably my biggest takeaway from this album so far. Steely Dan, they are incredibly good, at making complicated music and it sound effortless. You don't just hear the effort, you hear the result, and the result is just too smooth. Yeah, I loved it. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section. Moving on to track 6. This one is titled Green Earrings. Let's take a listen. Okay. Woo.
Cold, daring, no flies on me. Sorry, angel, I must take what I see. Green earrings, I remember. The rings are grand design. I remember the look in your eyes. I don't mind. Greek medallion
Medallion.
sparkles when you smile. Sorry, angel, I get hungry like a child. Green earrings, I remember. The rings are grand design. I remember the look in your eyes. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Green earrings, I remember. The rings are grand design. I remember
Remember.
the look in your eyes. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah. Wow, guys. I have to say right off the bat, this one, caught me. Caught me off guard. There's something incredibly cool about the opening. The groove, feels darker, more mysterious, and the guitar work, immediately pulled me in. There's almost a smoky, nightclub atmosphere, on this one. Like, you're walking to a place where, something questionable is definitely happening. But the music, sounds so good that, you don't you want to leave. That's Steely Dan, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like they can make, questionable situations sound incredibly attractive. The vocal performance, is so understated. There's no unnecessary drama. Donald Fagen, sounds like he's casually telling a story, and that actually makes the lyric, sound more interesting because you're listening closely. You're actually trying to figure out what these characters are doing, what's actually happening beneath the surface. And musically, everything is so polished. The bass is gorgeous, the drums are tight, the guitar lines now are incredibly tasteful. This is definitely one of those songs that I feel is going to grow on me with repeated listens. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Moving on to track 7. This one is titled Haitian Divorce. Okay, let's go.
Dads and Clean Willie were in love, they said. So in love, the preacher's face turned red.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Soon everybody knew the thing was dead. He shouts, she bites, they wrangle through the night. Yeah, she go crazy. Got to make a getaway. Papa say, no hesitation, no tears and no hearts breaking, no remorse. Congratulations, this is your Haitian divorce.
Wow.
She takes the taxi to the good hotel. Bon marché, as far as she can tell. She drinks the zombie from the cocoa
Oh,
shell.
trumpets in there.
She feels alright. She get it on tonight. Yeah. Mr. Driver, take me where the music play. Papa said,
Yeah.
no hesitation, no tears and no hearts breaking, no remorse. Congratulations, this is your Haitian divorce.
I like this.
At the grotto, in the greasy chair, sits the Charlie with the lotion and the kingy hair. When she smiled, she said it all. The band was hot, so they danced the famous Marengo. Now we dial it back. Now we fade to black.
Yeah. I love this.
Tearful reunion in the USA. Day by
Even the guitar sounds so different.
Congratulations, this is your Haitian divorce.
This sounds good. Sounds really good. Okay, guys. So that was the seventh song, Haitian Divorce, and I feel like after listening to this song, I felt like it was the title that immediately made me curious. And the song itself has a very, very different flavor. There is something almost tropical about the rhythm and instrumentation, but underneath that, there is this unmistakable, Steely Dan sophistication. The guitar tone is beautiful. The keyboards add a subtle warmth, and the rhythm has this relaxed bounce that to me makes the song incredibly easy to listen to. But lyrically, this is another complicated story. That's something I wasn't fully prepared for when I started this album. The music can sound so inviting, and then you actually pay attention to the story and realize, wait a minute, what's actually happening here? I love that contrast. It actually makes you listen twice. This song almost disguises its darker themes inside a beautiful musical arrangement. That's clever songwriting, in my opinion. And I think this might be one of the most immediately enjoyable tracks that I have heard so far. I mean, I love the fact that it's catchy, but there's still enough mystery to make you want to dig deeper. Yeah, let me know what you think about this song down in the comment section, guys. 7 songs in, and I'm officially convinced. I mean, Charlemagne, it's not the album, it's just the introduction. That's probably the biggest realization I have had. I came in knowing one song. Now I'm sitting here, thinking about 6 different tracks, and I mean, they all have something interesting about them. The production is ridiculously clean. The musicianship is exceptional. The songwriting is clever, without feeling like it's trying to prove something. And the biggest surprise, this album actually has a sense of humor. I love the fact that it's dark. Love the fact that it's cynical. Sometimes it's bizarre, but there's a playful intelligence underneath everything. You can tell these guys aren't afraid to make the listener think, and I am enjoying that. And at this point, I'm really, really curious about the final 2 songs, because the album has already taken me through so many different moods. I have no idea where they are going next. And I mean, so far, I love the album. It's all I'm trying to say. But question for you guys: which of these songs do you think deserves more attention? Because I'm starting to think Haitian Divorce might be one of the songs I come back to after this first listen. Yeah, but let me know down in the comment section. We are continuing with the 8th song. This one is titled Everything You Did. Let's go. Ready. What?
Is he still around?
Still around.
Now you gotta tell me everything you did, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a gun, shoot the lover down. Are you gonna tell me everything you did, baby? Traces are everywhere in a happy home. Now you better tell me everything
Yeah.
you did, baby. I jumped out of my easy chair. It was not my own. Now I wanna hear about everything you did, baby. I never knew you. You were a roller skater. You gonna show me later. Turn up the eagles, the neighbors are listening. You know how people talk. I wonder what they say. I think you better tell me everything you did, baby.
Wow.
I never knew you. You were a roller skater. You gonna show me later.
Whoa.
You never came to me when you were so inclined. Yes, you could have told me everything you did, baby. I know where baby's at. I know your filthy mind. Now you're gonna tell me everything you did, baby. You did, baby.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna tell me everything you did. Yeah, so that was the eighth song. And after listening to it, I have to say this one immediately has a different kind of confidence. The groove is incredibly relaxed, but there is a little bite underneath it. It almost feels like the song is smiling while saying something that isn't particularly nice, and I think that's becoming one of my favorite things about Steely Dan. They don't always give you the emotion directly. Sometimes they hide it behind the arrangement, behind the groove, behind the melody, and you have to actually pay attention as a listener. The guitar work here on this particular song is absolutely fantastic, and there is a smoothness to it, but it's never bland. Every little instrumental phrase seems to have character, and the vocals sit perfectly inside that atmosphere. Nothing is exaggerated. It's almost conversational. That makes the song feel incredibly natural, in my opinion. I'm also really enjoying the way the album has maintained its identity, even though the individual songs are so different. That's not easy. That is not easy at all. You can experiment with different sounds and still lose the thread of an album. Steely Dan, they never seem to lose it. Everything sounds like it belongs to this strange, sophisticated world they've created. And honestly, I'm really, really enjoying this. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Moving on to the final song, the title track, The Royal Scam. Let's take a listen, guys. I like this. Woo. Yeah.
And they wandered in from the city of St. John without any dime. Wearing coats that shine both red and green, colors from their sunny island. From their boats of iron, they looked upon the promised land where surely life was sweet.
Life was sweet.
On the rising tide to New York City did they ride into the streets.
Yeah, like this.
See the glory of the royal scam.
See the glory of the Royal Scam. We're still building up.
They are hounded down to the bottom of a bad town amid the ruins. Where they learn to fear an angry race of fallen kings that died companions.
Wow.
While the memory of their southern sky was clouded by the savage winter. Every patron saint hung on the wall, shared the room with 20 sinners. See the glory of the royal scam.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
By the blackened wall, he does it all. He thinks he's died and gone to heaven. Now the tale is told by the old man back home. He reads the letter.
Wow. Yeah. And now we just finished listening to the title track, The Royal Scam. There is something appropriate about ending the album here, in my opinion. The song immediately feels a little more reflective. After everything we've heard, all the characters, all the stories, all the different musical styles. This one, feels like a final look, at the world. We've just spent the last, hour exploring. The arrangement is absolutely beautiful. The keyboards have that unmistakable Steely Dan sophistication. The rhythm section is incredibly light. And once again, the guitars are doing so much, without ever becoming overwhelming. That's one of the biggest lessons I've taken from this album. These guys, know how to play, but more importantly, they know when not to play. That's real musicianship, in my opinion. The song feels, slightly darker and more contemplative, and I think that's a fitting way to close the record, rather than giving us some huge explosive finale. Steely Dan, they leave us sitting with the mood, and as usual, the final moments arrive. I'm actually thinking about the entire album again. King Charlemagne, the Caves of Altamira, Don't Take Me Alive, Signing Stranger, The Fez, Green Earrings, Haitian Divorce, everything you did, and now The Royal Scam. That's a pretty remarkable collection of songs. Yeah, as you guys already noticed, now I finally experienced the Royal Scam from beginning to end, and I have to say this album really surprised me. Really surprised me a lot. Yeah, because I came into this knowing exactly one song. That's King Charlemagne. I thought I knew what I was getting myself into, but it turns out I didn't. What I discovered, was an album that felt much darker, much stranger and more sophisticated than I actually expected. And yet it never becomes difficult to enjoy. That's probably the biggest compliment I can give this album. The biggest surprise for me was how consistent the album felt. Normally when you have this much experimentation, happening in some songs, can feel disconnected. That doesn't happen here on this particular album. Every single song has its own identity, but they all exist inside the same, musical universe. That's impressive, I must say. You can hear the jazz influence, you can hear the rock, you can hear the funk, you can hear a bit of soul, you can hear the pop, but Steely Dan somehow, turns all those influences into something that sounds exactly like Steely Dan. That's the real achievement. We definitely have to talk about the musicianship, because this album is ridiculous. The guitar playing alone deserves an entire conversation, but it's not just the guitar. The bass lines are incredibly tasteful. The drums are tight, without being overly busy. The keyboards add so much harmonic color, and the arrangements are incredibly detailed. The musicians never seem interested in showing off just for the sake of showing off. They are making the song better. That's the difference between technical ability and musicianship. You can I mean, you can be an amazing player, but if your playing, doesn't serve the song, doesn't really matter here. Everything serves the song. We have to talk about Donald Fagen and Walter Becker. I mean, the songwriting on this album is another major reason this album really, really works. Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, have such a distinctive in the way of telling stories. They don't always explain everything. They just throw you into situations. They introduce characters, they give you fragments, and then they let you figure things out. Sometimes I wasn't even sure what I was listening to lyrically, but I was fascinated enough to keep listening. That's a powerful songwriting technique in my opinion, and there's often this strange contrast between the music and the subject matter. You can have this gorgeous, luxurious arrangement, and underneath it, there's a story about deception, excess, desperation, or questionable decisions. And that contrast to me is part of the Steely Dan identity. Yeah. Also, the production. The production might be what impressed me most about the musicianship. Everything sounded incredibly clean. Every instrument, had its own space. The vocals, are clear. The guitars, definitely have character. The keyboards, are, beautifully integrated. And the rhythm section, somehow felt like the foundation underneath the entire record. But it never, sounded sterile. That's important. Sometimes the perfection can remove the humanity from the music. This album doesn't have that problem, in my opinion. It sounds polished, but it still feels alive. Yeah. Now, I'm sitting here asking myself, how does Kid Charlemagne feels now? Before today, Kid Charlemagne, was just a Steely Dan song, I really liked. Now, to me, I mean, it's part, of a bigger picture. After hearing the entire album, I definitely understand the environment that songs, come from. I understand its place in the band sound, and I appreciate it more. That's one of the reasons, and I love, doing full album reactions. A song can mean one thing by itself and something, differently when you understand its surroundings. Yeah. So after one complete listen, these are the songs that really, really stay with me. I mean, obviously, Kid Charlemagne. I mean, still incredible in my opinion. That guitar work alone, is worth coming back for. But now I appreciate the songwriting and the production even more. I'll definitely throw in the Caves of Altamira. This was probably my biggest surprise. I didn't even know what to expect from the title or the song, and I actually ended up loving the atmosphere. It felt expansive and thoughtful. And I'll throw in Don't Take Me Alive. This one had attitude. The guitars immediately grabbed me. The whole track felt confident and slightly dangerous. Definitely one that I'll be adding to my playlist. Definitely one that I'll be revisiting. I also loved the Haitian Divorce. That song really, really caught me off guard. The groove is so inviting that you start paying attention to what's actually happening in the story. That contrast is fantastic. Lastly, I would add the Fez. I didn't expect to enjoy this one as much as I did. I mean, it's all about the groove and the atmosphere. It just pulls you in. Yeah. So what I've learned about Steely Dan, this band. I mean, if Asia and then Can't Buy a Thrill, introduced me to this band, I feel like the Royal Scam, made me respect them. I mean, this is a band that clearly cares about every single detail. I mean, the chord changes, the guitar tones, the vocal arrangements, the grooves, the lyrics, everything, has been, thought through, in my opinion. But the genius is that they never, make you feel like you are searching through a music. You can simply enjoy it. You can drive to it. You can relax to it. You can, put it on in the background, and then, one day you suddenly realize, wait a minute, what exactly are they doing here? And then you go back and listen again. To me, that's great music. Yeah. So after one complete first time listening to this album, if I'm to rate it, I'll definitely give it a hard 9.5 out of 10. And honestly, I can already tell this is an album, that's going to get better, for me with repeated listens. I haven't even unpacked on all the lyrics yet. I haven't caught every, instrumental detail. And I'm sure, there are things I completely missed. And that's exciting because it means I have a reason to actually, go back to this album. Yeah, that is all I have to say about it. But I really, really want to hear what you guys also have to say about this album. I mean, if Kid Charlemagne was the only song that you knew from the Royals Come before, hearing the album, which track, should you tell someone to actually listen next? Was it the Caves of Altamira, Don't Take Me Alive, Haitian Divorce, The Fest, or is there, another song I completely overlooked? And then, here's another question. Where does the Royal Scam, this album, rank amongst Steely Dan albums? Is it their masterpiece? Is there another album that I need to hear next? Because after this, I am definitely, not finished exploring Steely Dan. Yeah. Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed experiencing, this album with me, hit that like button, because it really, really goes a long way to help the channel. If you're new on here, subscribe because, we are going to keep discovering legendary albums together, especially the ones I've, somehow managed to miss along the way. And please, keep those recommendations in the comment. Some of the best albums I've discovered have come directly from you guys. Yeah. So thank you for spending time with me. On to the next reaction. Keep listening, keep discovering, and remember, knowing one great song, from an album doesn't really mean you've heard the album. Sometimes that one song is just the invitation. I'll definitely be catching you on the next one. Peace out.